Let me hit record. All right, guys. So I figured there is so many people doing markets, and some people are new to markets, some people have done a million markets. So I just want to do a quick call just to kind of clue you guys into what I've done with markets and then answer any questions that you guys have. So when I first started my business, markets. Like every single weekend, I was at either a school, a vendor market, trade shows. I didn't start doing until I could afford to do them, because big, huge trade shows, like here in Fort McMurray, it's like, if you want a table that has power, it's like $700. If you want one that doesn't, but you don't really need power, because you don't need power, so you can get them cheaper at $300. The unfortunate thing with the markets that we have in Fort McMurray is if you do the $300 table, you're in the very last hall where everybody is just sick of looking at everything. So we did that. It was Laura, you were at that one when we were in the far hall, and like we really have a great return. So I was like, guys, like invest in the table. If you're gonna do it, make it worth your time, and invest in the table that's in the middle of all the things, right? So what I find extremely effective, number one, find groups on Facebook. There is, I guarantee in Regina or wherever you are, I guarantee that there is some type of Facebook group for market. I was blessed. We also had one person here that used to do an email list that would send them out. So like reach out to the people that you know that sell Tupperware, Scentsy and stuff, or at the trade show. Like go to the next trade show you go to and chat with these people about where to find market. I actually usually go to trade shows. I don't often do big trade shows, but I'll go to the trade shows and I'll go to talk to everybody about my business. They're the right people. Hello, Dina. Where do you think I found you?
Yeah, exactly.
Beside me at a market, because it sucks so bad. Like our market was so bad that nobody was coming through. So I went and started talking to everybody. And look, we got the amazing Dina on the team because I left my booth. Right? So find markets, and you, especially when you're brand new, you should be doing markets. Facebook is only one of your lead source. You need 3 to 5. So if you think that you're going to grow this business by being on Facebook, hard no. Even though I am huge social media, guys, I did markets. I had flyers everywhere. I used my Zumba class sign-in list as a lead funnel to get people onto social media. That is your goal with markets. You're not going to close a lot of sales at a market. You might bump into people that are like, oh, hey, yeah, like I want to order one shake. I want to do this, da-da-da-da-da. I've done that before at markets. I've made a list of like, okay, I'm going to be placing a group order for you, and then I'll deliver it later. You can do that at markets. However, your goal is to get them onto your social media to close them. This is why you always have some type of draw. Lori and Brandy are on this call, and they're very familiar with what I do at markets. You can get it at Staples. It's like a box, and then it has like a little flyer in the back of it. That's what I use for all of mine. They're $30 at Staples. You look professional. There's somewhere to put your ballots in, and then you have whatever your draw is for. Your draw can be products. If you are partnering, again, little markets, sure, you could do by yourself. Anything bigger than just a tiny school market, you should be partnering with people, because there's no way that you can talk to everybody at once and manage everything and deal with traffic. There's no way. So have again, like if you guys know people or you guys have some other business, that could be a freebie that you give away. It's both. I always did the same. When I was independent, I had fitness classes to give away. When I wasn't independent, I know that the Y gives away free memberships, so I put that as a draw. Oh, I can hook you up with a free 5-day for the Y. Right? I just smoke and mirrors, guys. My poster always talks about the benefits of the Ice Body Challenge. The trade show special, again, you guys have, if I haven't already told you, you guys have unlimited free memberships from me. I have a ton. Message me if you need them. So everyone's going to get a free membership. They're going to get free shipping. Call it the trade show special, even though it's not. Right? You're going to get $200 of free products. You're going to get a chance to win a trip to Costa Rica. You're going to get one-on-one coaching. You're going to get free personal development, healthy mind and body course. You're going to get access to a 70,000 person support group. And then if you guys want to do anything on top of it, I always say at the bottom, everyone gets a free nutrition consultation. I think every one of you have a copy of what my ballot looks like. If you don't, message me, and I can add it. Actually, I'll add it as a file in our business group. And then if you want to, you need to have something that's going to entice them to want to enter. So like big, huge trade shows, we usually give away a 30-day.
Yes.
And whoever wins it, we're enrolling them, so we're at least getting the PIV back. Make sense? You can have like random hodgepodge. Actually, the most successful one I ever did was I used one of my Isogenics backpacks that I got from one of the events. Like I have 800 backpacks from all the events I've gone to in 4.5 years. I stuff it full of random products that are not shakes to get people excited about the other things that we do. Again, look at the demographic of the market you're doing. If you are doing a fitness one, so if Dina remembers, I was actually giving away a performance 30-day.
Right.
When I did it was a nutrition and fitness trade show. Those are the products that would appeal to them, right? They'd be excited about winning pre and post workout powder. If you guys are doing like, there's a lot of mommy type trade shows, or what's it called? Brandy, you might know the name of it. It's like
Mamalicious.
Mamalicious. Yeah, it's a Mamalicious trade show that they do. Obviously, having kid shakes out as something to win would draw people in for the conversation and be excited about it. So you do not have to give away a $300 prize at a small trade show. So again, look at your ROI. How many people are coming to the trade show, and that should dictate like the size of your prize. Your goal is to get as many ballots in your bin as possible. You should never be behind your table. I actually set my market up that here's the wall and my table's in front, or my table's on the sides.
Yeah.
Never, ever do I have my table at the front, ever.
Yeah.
It's always further back, and I'm in front of it, because this is about conversations with people. You need to be stepping out of your market spot. And well, Brandy and I are like insane about this at trade shows. We're literally running after people with our clipboard because we've got our ballots on it. Oh, I can fill this out for you. I can fill this out for you. Oh, would you like to enter a draw? What is your name? And we're literally filling out their ballot while they're walking. Because how many people just actually walk up to, and, oh yeah, I want to enter your draw. They don't want to enter your draw.
Yeah.
Right? You need to chase them down. Say, hey, we're giving away X amount of dollars of free products and free fitness classes, or would you be interested in the draw? And Dina, again, a great bonus for you being a fitness instructor is that I do double dip, and I use it to promote my classes. So I have a printout of my class schedule that I'm literally handing out the flyer to, and it's got my contact information on the bottom saying I also provide nutrition solutions. So even if I can't get my draw, and again, printing at Staples is cheap, guys. Like if you print out like 500 of them, it's like, what do we pay? I think like 2 cents or 3 cents a copy and I do black and white on a colored piece of paper. If you want to be a real psycho, send the kids out to the parking lot at big trade shows and get them to flyer everyone's cars. Right? You guys all have kids. Put them to work. Put them to work in your business. You guys could even do that in your communities. Your kids could go drop flyers in people's mailboxes about your launch parties in your area. Like, how simple is that? If they want to eat supper tonight, they better go hand out some flyers. So your launch parties as well. Brandy and I just did one. We did an open house for the whole weekend, and it was awesome. Like, we did it as a come and go open house all weekend. Brandy and I drank a whole bunch of coffee, and people literally just popped in. I enrolled a couple of people out of just pop-ins. If you're like got nothing going on the weekend, you could be sitting here working your list and have your own market at your house. I've done them before too, that I have like lady shopping parties, and I have a couple of my friends that sell stuff. I'll have them over at my house. Keep in mind, you don't want to have competing products at your lady shopping night. But again, then that gets their market and your market. So you guys can link arms with each other on this team, because you all make money if somebody enrolls on this team, right? It's like when you guys are on the same leg, which I think you guys all are. And again, even if you're not, why wouldn't you want 2 people helping you at events? It's a lot funner to do stuff with other people, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, when the market's slow, then you have someone to talk to. Also, markets are a great place to train your new people. Maybe they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do the business. You can reach out to people in your downline. Would you mind helping me with a market? I need some help. I've done that. And like what I do, the first ever trade show that I didn't have a team. I had enrolled like 150 people and I had 2 consultants, and none of them wanted to do the market with me because they weren't serious about the business. I got girls from my downline to come help me, and they loved it. They loved every minute of it. And they didn't even want anything for it because they just wanted to help me. So again, opportunity to get your kids involved, get your friends involved that maybe you're not even in your business. Ask for help. People do not say no when you ask for help. You don't have to do this business alone. So on the ballot, again, you guys have seen most of it, and I will drop it. But I create my ballots as basically a pre-call, a pre-qualifier. So when I'm going through my ballots, I'm adding all these people on social media immediately. I go and find them and add them on social media. I call them all and say, hey, you stopped by my booth at the trade show and I pulled your name out for a free whatever. Have something that you can offer as free, a free nutrition consultation. Dina, a free class. Again, I've done that before too. I gave out hundreds of dollars of classes at the last trade show. If you always have something that you can offer as value, they're going to call you back. Don't get into big, like, blah, 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 blah. Literally, that's your voice message. Hey, you stopped by my Isogenics trade show on the weekend and I pulled your name out for a free whatever. Give me a call back. Yeah. And then I say, I'm going to look for you on Facebook and send you a message there as well. So that they know to go look for you on Facebook. I will also send a text message sometimes. So I'll say, I'll send you a text message and look for you on Facebook. Because how many times have you guys gotten a voicemail and you read it and you forget about it? Or listen to it and you forget about it?
Yeah. I actually did that with the last one. I texted everybody and I've been getting replies like crazy, like for the fitness class. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I'm like, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, like we don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
We don't. And that's why it's easier for you guys to set up 3-way calls in a Facebook message with like your upline or like for your downline, because people don't talk on the phone anymore. It sounds weird to say, hey, what time can I give you a call?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
But they'll book an appointment via a text message.
Yeah, absolutely. It totally worked. Like I've been getting replies like crazy still. Like 3 days later, people are like, oh, sorry to get back to you, but you know, because it's right there and they look at it, right?
Exactly. And so as a tool for you guys, if you want to write this down, iPhoners, there is a mass texting app that you guys can use. It's called Hit 'em Up. So Hit 'em Up. On Android, it is, I just started testing it and it's been working. What is it? Multi SMS Sender, MSS, if you're an Android. I used that when I did the marathon because I literally flew out 2 days later and there was no way that I was ever doing it. But if I'm going to get a free table in a marathon, I'm going to take it. But again, your number one goal is to get these people into whatever your lead funnel is. If it's MailChimp, get their email addresses on there. If it's Facebook, get them on Facebook. If it's LinkedIn, get them on LinkedIn. Like whatever your guys' number one platform is, that's where you want to go to, because a trade show is buying leads. You're not often going to close immediately at the trade show. It's afterwards. So I also go talk about doing your trade shows on your pages. So I have had people that I've done calls with. They're on my Facebook. All they would have to do is send me a message. They will drive down to the trade show to enroll. And Brandy and Lori saw this at the last trade show that we did. Literally, my people were walking in going, all right, fine, it's time to sign up. Like I literally closed like 4 people just walking to the booth because I was there. And I do feel bad for the other Isogenics teams in Fort McMurray, because when I don't do the trade show, people show up and ask where I am. So again, lucky for me that the person that was working the trade show, she is someone with ethics and integrity. So my most recent enrollment, Tyla, she walked up to the Isogenics trade booth looking for me and said, I'm ready to finally get started after 2 years of us courting, as she called it. And I got a text from Inger saying, call Tyla, she's ready to get started. She's not financially connected to me. And then but regardless, Tyla and I have a relationship. So I message her on Facebook. I'm like, hey, she goes, oh, so you heard. So Tyla was gonna come to me anyway. But get out there, guys. Like, if you are always at markets, you become the Isogenics person of your city.
Yep.
And then that becomes a thing. People are confused when Amanda Weger is not at the trade shows.
Actually, in Regina, the one that we did, there was Monet next to us, and I heard them say, oh, isn't that what Amanda does? I know.
So you should have went over there and say, are you part of our team? Why not?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, even in Regina, I have a presence because I have done about 3 Super Saturdays in Regina. I've done trade shows. Every time I come home, I do a fundraiser class that has an Isogenics spin to it. Every time I come, that's how I write off my trips home, guys. If I come home and I do an Isogenics event, I can write it off as a business trip. Every time I go to Edmonton, I do some type of Isogenics something. So I get to write off my Costco trip to Edmonton as a business expense. I also have business partners now in Edmonton. So when I can justify that, okay, I went to go train Nikki. And again, keep in mind, guys, everything that you are spending to do this business is a write-off. So save all your receipts from the markets, all of your printing expenses, the banners that you bought. Everybody should be investing in their own banner setup for their trade show. I do have stuff that I let people borrow. But again, this is your guys' business. And if you are running a market every single weekend, you need these things eventually. Right? And again, imagine partner with people. Hey, if you buy this, I'll buy this. And then we've got a kit. So we do have a Fort McMurray kit that we use for markets. However, somebody, still haven't just figured out who, lost half of my box of stuff. I'm still going to figure out who it is, but save all your empties for every single product that you have, every single product. So that, again, so you can put up the display that matches your target market.
Yeah.
Save all your performance stuff so that you have them. And if I save all mine and I redistribute to the team. So save all your stuff so you can actually pass it to your downline too. So yes, you can have it be an Isogenics hoarder of containers. Don't get too busy though. You don't want your booth to be overwhelming with everything, right? So I usually put out the performance products because that's my target market. I put out the weight loss products because that's my target market. Some of the greens and stuff like that I put out because it's part of a value pack. Always have a value pack because that's your staple closing pack. But then again, look at the other products. Again, you need to know your avatar. If you have not done the avatar exercise, do it and redo it. Keep revisiting because it will change. So if it is, you're looking to get the moms, then have a lot of the kids type products. Definitely have. So Erin and Dina, yours was great. You guys had a before and after little board. Tara made a before and after flip book. Most of you guys closed on value packs when you enrolled. You guys have a lookbook in there. Your lookbook should be open. But having something big and visual, the most successful idea that I ever did is I bring my laptop and I made a slideshow of a bunch of my people's before and afters. So as people walk by, they're like, oh my God, I know Lori. Oh my God, I know Jason. Because again, it's people from your market. And if you don't have a lot of people from your market yet, then use the stuff that's on my page, use the stuff that's on HB Team. A slideshow is amazing. If you don't have a slideshow, you don't know how to make a slideshow, figure out how. At worst case scenario, you put up the hbteam.co because it has the slideshow that runs on that first page. And then if people start stuff, you get a crowd of people around, you could press play on a video. Hey, would you guys like to see a video about it? How simple is that?
Yeah. This
is why it does make sense for you to invest a little bit more to have the power, so that you can have a TV. So I'll either use my laptop or I'll bring a TV and feed my laptop into my TV. I have also, in really big trade shows, I'll set an area off to the side where there's a chair, and then I'll kind of put my banners in front of it. So if somebody does want to have a one-on-one consult right then and there, and you have 2 people and you can do it, that's when you're going to close somebody, is when you can pull them off the side, have a conversation about their goals, and then recommend a solution. I'll be honest with you, the people that are not in your network, don't know who you are, when they walk up to a trade show and say, yeah, I want to do it, your retention is shit. They're just impulse buyers, which is fine. Which is fine. You at least get the PIB. You just don't invest a whole lot of hope in them like lasting, right? What's other tricks that I've done? I will walk around, so have samples. People like to eat, but I put them underneath a bin. So I actually went to the grocery store and I got a big, huge cake tray. I'm like, can I just have this cake tray that they have a big, huge and they gave it to me. They're like, yeah, sure, why not? And that's what I use for my samples. I use little tiny muffin tins, and I just put in like 1.5 chips or like a bar cut up into like 10. And then I put the case over the top because all these kids are not eating my stuff.
Yep.
So at least you're guarding your samples, but have them very big and visible so people see their samples. And I always have hydrate. So I actually bought one of those tabletop water coolers, and I buy the little cone cups, which Dina and Aaron at that wholesale club by the cemetery, so cheap.
Yeah, I have some.
So cheap. All of that stuff is so cheap. I load up when I come home to Regina. It's the cheapest place I've ever found. You can get little like ketchup cups there too. That's what I'll use for my samples, little ketchup cups. And then I have this big, huge thing of hydrate with those little cone cups. It costs you nothing. But everybody's thirsty at a trade show, right?
Yep.
And kids all like Kool-Aid. And that's what they think it is. So they'll actually draw their parents over for a drink. And that's what I'll do. I'm like, hey guys, if you're thirsty, like here, come grab a drink. Boom, they're in my booth and I can start a conversation. So fill out the draw right away, absolutely. But starting a conversation, it's like, hey, did you want to sample one of our bars? Did you want to have a drink of our healthy Gatorade? If you're at one, I've served coffee before at some of mine. Hey, do you want a cup of coffee? You could do like a big, huge thing of coffee. Like people freaking love coffee. And then once they're there, you'd be like, so have you ever heard of isogenics? Like you need to start the conversations once you have them in your booth, right? Have you ever heard of isogenics? No, what is it? And then you can just go into your spiel. Like, we have a variety of health solutions, and it all depends on someone's specific goal is. So again, I have these on my ballot. Like you're someone looking for weight loss or energy, and then you can dial in, you turn around and you talk about the products that are there. You have to start a lot of, this is why it's great to have 2 people, because while one person's engaged in the conversation, the other person's chasing people down to get balance. They are not going to walk up and ask to fill up your draw. You have to be a little bit aggressive about it. Like you got to work it. You got to hustle a market. You can't sit behind a table and expect that anything's going to happen. And if it is slow, exactly how I met Dina. I went wandering around, started talking to, they're all the right people. They're people that are building a part-time business. They already understand the value of networking. Most of them are already network marketers. Why wouldn't you want to talk to the people that are there? So I will walk up to tables and be like, I know that you're super, super busy. Do you want to enter my draw? I'll fill it out for you. Sure. Okay. So do you have any questions on when it comes to the actual day of market, how to work it?
I don't think so.
You can also, this is another tip, go look for a Facebook event that maybe about your big markets will have a Facebook event. You can work that Facebook event. You can go on those people that all like click, they're going to this event and say, hey, if you didn't get a chance to stop on my Isogenics booth, like I can still include in our draw, or if you have any questions. Yeah, like go work the Facebook event. You guys can create an event on Facebook about your trade show or your market that you're doing. Go live from them. You guys have been like really good. I've seen a lot of people go live from them. Again, a live carries farther than a post ever will. You can't post and hope. You can use follow-up. Reach out to your people. Say like, hey, like I know that we did a call before and the timing wasn't right. If you're interested, I'd love for you. If you want to come down to our down to the trade show, we're going to be there and there's a ton of samples. That's your follow-up too for your home parties. Hey, like I know that you were interested in isogenics before. We're going to be, having a sip and sample at the house. People love that. So then the next part, if you guys don't have questions about the day of, then it's the follow-up. Especially when you're working with two people, this is super, super important that you guys keep track of everything. So I make a spreadsheet, all of the people's names, all of the people's phone numbers, and I do just put their little ballot in there because you want to throw away these ballots. You don't want to be holding on these pieces of papers forever, right? And then if you create a shared Excel spreadsheet, you guys can both be going in there and marking things up as you go. You can put all the days that you texted them, the day that you called them, whether you booked a call, whether you didn't, da-da-da-da-da. And then it's up to you guys to manage the leads. So I recommend when you're both doing it that both people add everybody on social media, because it might be Dina that they relate to, not Lori, right? And they might be their avatar. But again, when the relationship already exists, it only makes sense for that person to enroll them, right? Like if my best friend comes to the trade show, my banker comes to the trade show, they're mine. I'm enrolling them. We already have the relationship. It would be weird for me to say, Erin's going to be coaching you. Right?
Yeah.
So just make sure that it's fair. So even if it ends up being that you guys did the trade show together, but maybe like 10 of Lori's friends all showed up, they all enrolled, the ethical thing to do would be for Lori to feed some of those PIVs to the person that helped her do the trade show, because she wouldn't have been enrolling those people afterwards.
Yeah.
And then you split up the randoms equally. You just make sure that it's equal. So if you like close someone on a value pack, maybe you did a market and there's two people, one was a value pack, one was a premium, you guys should split what that should be. It shouldn't be that, just because Dina happened to close the person on a value pack, that the premium pack person just gets the 55. Like you guys take the money out of your pocket and split it equally. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But that is up to you to decide. That's what I do. I always try to make sure that the closes are all split equally on the team, but then everyone needs to be equally doing everything. Like when you're doing it with two people, like both people should be, you guys split it up however you want. So like if Dina has like the next week off and she's like, you know what, Erin, I'm going to take all the calls. Like I'm going to call everybody right now because I can get it done. You want to do it within 24 to 48 hours. You want to make contact because you're at a trade show that probably has Singular there that's hustling people. Like you need to be fast. So maybe Dina's like, I'm going to do all the book appointments, da-da-da-da-da. And then you guys just manage it back and forth. So just make sure that the work is spread out equally, because actually standing at the
48 hours at the
latest. The follow-up is where the extra work is. And then you just keep managing that spreadsheet, because it's going to be over a course of like a month or two that you guys are going to enroll all these people. So I never call dibs on somebody. I just make sure that at the end of the day, a market is equal. We put the same money in and we should get the same money out if the work was equal. Make sense?
Yep.
And again, when you're on the same team, like you guys are all getting the volume. Always, you're like the volume's rolling up. So you guys are all going to benefit from the enrollment either way. So do you guys have any questions on how to manage leads afterwards, or how to do follow-up or anything like that?
Nope.
All good.
I would also recommend, again, I have every spreadsheet from every trade show I've ever done. Isn't that a really great way to reach back for your next launch party that you're doing? I always have a launch party planned immediately after a trade show, because when I'm doing the call, I will say at the trade show, I'm either signing them up for a launch party, saying, hey, we actually have a sip and sample on this day. If you'd like to come with a bunch of your friends, we're giving away a bunch of free products. Or when I'm booking a call, I'm like, hey, yeah, we have a big sip and sample at my house, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, or we can book a call, which would be better for you. Isn't it more time effective for you to get 10 people in a room than to try fit 10 calls into your schedule?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I will,
10 birds, one stone.
again, because you guys have done these ballots, you kind of have an idea of what their goals are. Again, you guys just did a bridal trade show. You know what they want to see. You know they want to see weight loss. You know they want to see a bride looking sexy in her dress. You guys could, to speed up your calls, send them some information to look at right before your call, So just let them know, okay, our call is at this time. I'm going to be sending you some information about 20 minutes before. Please have a look at it, and then I will give you a call. Then that way, your 15-minute call is a closed call. Because you already pre-qualified them, right? If their ballot says they're 10 out of 10 serious about losing their weight, you've already pre-qualified them that they're serious. Even when you're booking the call, you can get some information. So, like, you know, just before our call, I just want to get a couple of details of what it is that you're looking for, because I'm going to send you some information that's specific to you and your goals. So you're kind of pre-qualifying them on that phone call. And again, trade shows are classic for no-shows because they're not serious yet, guys. They literally just walked up to your booth. They're not like, they haven't been on your page, been dripped on with all these before and afters. So just make sure you confirm the call. Okay, I'm going to be calling you at this time. Please ensure that you let me know if something comes up so I can move somebody else into that slot. I use the texting as well. Hey, just confirming that we're still good for tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I confirm them so I can wipe them out of my calendar if they're not going to show up. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
And then, yeah, a month later, so again, with the the brides, this is a great one. Most of their dresses are coming in January. So in January, you can reach out to all these girls. Hey, we're doing like a brides boot camp group. Let me know if you're interested. That list becomes you guys' follow-up. And again, between the two people, I'll use you guys as an example because I know you just did one. Dina and Aaron, add all those people on social media.
Yeah,
because they might be your avatar, Aaron, where they may not be Dina's. Like more of like the fitnessy kind of people will probably relate more with what Dina's doing and enroll underneath Dina rather than you. And it's just up for you guys to be, you know, Scouts honor that you guys are operating with integrity, that you're still managing the leads over the next couple months. I'm not saying for the next 3 years you guys keep track of that spreadsheet of like who got who, but you should, I would say, over like a 3-month period, still manage the leads that come out of it. If you close them within a month or two of the trade show, it's likely because of the trade show.
Yeah.
All right, so we only have 2 minutes left. So if you guys have any questions, well, I know that you guys should have some questions. So go ahead and shout out anything that I can help you with or any questions that you have. For you, Lori and Brandy, you've done a ton of trade shows. What have you found that's successful for you, or what can you add?
So the one thing that I was missing at my market was I should have come and asked for if I could borrow a banner.
For me.
Yeah. And again, like all of the branding has changed. So like everyone should have, like your guys' was awesome, Aaron. Can you drop actually a picture of your trade show setup in our Hustle with Heart group? Because that costs you like nothing. Like you used a tablecloth runner and dropped it over the back. Like that costs you nothing. Whereas mine, which is outdated now, I spent like $100 and some on that one. I spent $300 on the pop-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can post that.
Yeah, like buy a tablecloth banner, something so that you look, a tablecloth runner so you look, you don't necessarily need the $400 pop-up banner. I've had one for 100 years. Mine's actually sitting at Clearwater Physio right now because we're going to be launching Isogenics out of that physio clinic. Yay! So
that's awesome.
In her area, that's it should be. I'm telling her you're buying this. But as for a big huge banner is not necessary. But having something that says it's Isogenics, you should.
Yeah.
But that table runner is a very cheap way to do it.
Yeah, that's one of the investments that I made was for a tablecloth, and it was definitely worth my money. So.
Perfect. All right, guys, we have 1 minute, so it's hanging up on me. So if you guys have any questions, or for anyone that's watching this Zoom, you can drop them below here. And happy marketing. It is a really, really cheap and great way to buy leads and to run your business. I did it right from the get-go. So good luck, everybody, and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Thanks.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.